Ooh, I got something special for you today. Today, I'm going to share with you one of the most important tools that I learned from growing up in an intuitive family. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and this is something that my mom taught me, that my Nana taught me, that I use every single day, not only to refine and strengthen my intuitive tuner, but to reorient life from the inside, to go inside, to check in with your intuition before asking others. Because what I see so often in life is that we are conditioned to live from the outside in. Families, society, our friends, even our own head, ego, intellect, barking dog that tells us how things should be. And when we live in a world that's primarily guided by information is fantastic. I love it, don't get me wrong. I love reading, I love curiosity. These are all really wonderful things. But when we only navigate through our five senses, we limit ourselves. And information, let's be real, can only get you so far. You can have all of the knowledge in the world, but unless you have a relationship with your spirit, with your intuition, and know how to act on it, right? That's the real key word, trust and act on it. You'll end up spinning in circles and in information overload, like when you have no idea what to watch and open up Netflix and then Hulu and then HBO and all of the things. And today's tool is so simple, and it's called Vibe Check. I am going to teach you the Vibe Check. This is what my mom and I and my sister would do every day around making any decision all the time. It's super simple. So before I go any further, hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I am here to teach you to plug back into your intuition, your innate divine self, your innate divine GPS. It's natural. It's who you are. You are intuitive. You are psychic. You have the same resonance, listening abilities. I just am here to support you with tools so that you can better discern and follow and trust that super connected power that we all have. And before I go any further, real quick, I'm so excited because Black Friday is coming up, and I am going to be doing a really big sale around my intuitive soul readings, working one-on-one with me, my past life email reading, all sorts of things. So don't miss it. Sign up for my newsletter, head to my Instagram, all the things. Okay, enough housekeeping, enough with the deets, Sonia. Let's talk Vibe Check. So first, let's recognize that you are a vibrational being. Everything around us is vibration. This chair that I'm sitting on are atoms that are vibrating at a certain frequency that hold it together. Everything is vibration. You are a vibrational being. Just like bats have radar and whales have sonar, you too have a vibrational guidance system. And we live in a world where we haven't been taught, like I was really lucky to be taught to always check in with my vibes. Now, vibes don't come in through the intellect. They come in through our physical body, our physicality, because your body is directly connected to your spirit. It doesn't really concern itself with the conscious mind. It is a direct feedback system. And often our head will get a vibe and then want to think about it or overthink it or get into anxiety and get that same information, overwhelm, overload, figure it out. So first, recognize that you are intuitive. You are vibrational. We can see it even, like, for example, if you walk into a room, maybe with some friends who've been fighting and then they go silent and you feel it, or have somebody in your life who's having a bad day and like you're in a car ride with them. You feel the vibe. You get the vibe. We can feel it. We can sense it. So let's just first frame it that way. You are a vibrational being. You pick up on vibes. This is natural. So when I'm talking about a vibe check, is starting to take a moment of pause. Instead of going to our head to figure it out, instead of asking Peter, Paul, Mary, Joe, whoever for their opinion and their input, to check in with your vibes first. Now, that might feel a little strange if you're new or if you're learning, right? Every time that we're learning something new, it's a practice. So it's okay to be uncomfortable. Often that ego intellect barking dog is like, you're doing it wrong. You're thinking about it. This is crazy. It's because it often likes to, its function is to self-separate us out. And in that same function of where it gets really critical, it gets afraid because the ego intellect doesn't want to be made a fool of, doesn't want to let go of control. It feels like what it knows is all there is to know. So when we start to bring this new vibration, I'm checking with my vibes first and foremost. It's totally natural for our barking dog to have some resistance. So just be like, okay, I feel that, thank you. Thank you for your help, I appreciate it. And you can literally say that to that little chattering voice and it will shift. So vibe check. 1, this resides in your body, and our bodies speak to us all the time. And if we even look in colloquial language, we can see how we talk about vibes in the day-to-day. I smell a rat is a perfect example of how in every day, what I call 5 senses, people have no connection to this world, which is, whatever, bless you on your journey. But that is an exact thing. I smell a rat, I feel a vibe. I've got a gut feeling, another way that we use language that again affirms this very fundamental thing. So, as I said, first we have our vibes resides in our body. Your spirit resides in your body, and your spirit doesn't speak in words, it speaks in vibration. And that vibration is intuition, and that is the voice of your spirit. And it's not overpowering you. It's not going to wrestle that chitter chatter to the ground because it's subtle, it's gentle, and because it also is a choice. We have to make a choice to pause and to even be curious enough to consult with our vibes. So when we're talking about intuition, we're talking about vibe check. There are a few different conditions. Like I said, we went over them. Body. Second, most important, your vibrational being, your intuitive guidance system already works perfectly. We just are getting some tools to listen. Third big thing that we really have to start to recognize in doing a vibe check is first, even be curious. Curiosity is a portal of listening. I wonder what my vibes say. I wonder what the vibe is on this. I wonder what it is that I'm feeling. And if you're somebody who gets really stuck in your head, say it out loud, because this is our throat, is the chimney, is our throat chakra. It's a chimney to our heart, to our gut that connects our 7th chakra, our crown, all the way down to the root. And this is where we get real cut off often. So you can even start by being like, what's my vibe? What's the vibe? What's the vibe on any decision you make? Vibe check. We would do this all the time in my family. Be like, what should we're going out to dinner. Vibe check. What does your intuition say? Or I'm gonna throw out this restaurant. Vibe check. And then we would answer. So if you can also approach it playfully, right? It's like, ooh, what are my vibes telling me? When we also are doing vibe check, what is so important is that intuition resides in the present moment, right here, right now. Your attention, being present, is your psychic intuitive tuner. If you're thinking about the past, about the future, about figuring out about the right answer, you are anywhere but here. And chances are, in that same energy, you are probably not only in your head, but cut off from your breath. This is where we end up breathing in our shoulders get tight, our jaws get tight, we get so squeezed. So first and foremost, just take a breath. Breath, what I love and what's so cool is if you go across so many different languages, Hindu, Chinese, Arabic, French, all the word for breath and spirit are directly connected. So take a breath, bring your attention to the present moment, and be curious. Because your body is that direct feedback system, to your intuition and to your spirit, it often will give you very clear signals. If you get a stomach ache every time that you go to work, and magically when you leave work, that stomach ache disappears, is a way that your vibes are speaking to you. That is your vibrational, your little GPS saying, this is not working. And the thing about intuition is that it operates underneath the conscious level. It picks up on what almost like, think of like a submarine. Like it goes so deep, it has so far, it's like that echolocation. If you're on a boat on the surface, that's your conscious mind. You're not gonna see or pick up on what's below. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It is still there. So when we are using our subconscious, when we are using that place of our intuitive tuner of curiosity, of starting to notice these different correlations of how your vibes speak to you, right? It might be a hit, it might be a nudge, it might be a feeling, it might be a word, it might be a sensation. These are all the languages of your spirit. So vibe check is just checking the vibe throughout the day. You can do it with a movie, you could do it in a relationship, you can do it in a job, and you can even just like vibe check, what is the vibe? What does my spirit say? What does my intuition say? What's my vibe on this? And if you're in that place of thinking, just pause and wait for an answer from your body. Not from here. This intuition, guys, it does not come from here. It comes from here, being connected here and here. So what's also funny about vibes, and funny, but what it really encourages us to do is to be courageous, because what I have found growing up as a psychic, intuitive person is that my vibes will pick up on something that many people around me have not felt yet. But my intuition is that I'm telling you something important. So even for example, I was at a party the other weekend and I had a friend who was dressed in a Halloween costume that was kind of scary. Like he like really went all out, like face paint, whole 9 yards. And it was very funny. And I was at this party and there were a lot of really beautiful people in very beautiful costumes, which I love. If you see like my Instagram or come to my house, I literally have a costume box. I love dressing up. I love feeling beautiful. I'm like, good for you, boo. Anyway, throughout the evening, she kept making comments to my friend that his costume was creepy. And it was the way that she said it. It wasn't like, oh, your costume is creepy. It was just it was so subtle. It was so subtle. But my vibes immediately, the first time she even was put the work, I was like, I already felt it. And then I was like, that is confirmation. I just felt it. It isn't judgment. It wasn't, oh, this is a bad person. Oh, I don't like her. It was just information, grounded, solid information that came in vibrationally and resonated as true. She's not my vibe, as my godmother Raleigh would say, not for me, which I love. But it isn't about her worthiness anyway. So, all right, I turned to my other friend, I'm like, hey, and I just was like, that girl's just, I don't know if I like her vibe, is honestly exactly what I said. And she was very funny. She was like, oh, like, give her like a chance, like you don't know her, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's really great, da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, sure. I can stay open to curiosity. I don't have to say that my vibes are a mandate, but my vibes are telling me what is true and what resonates for me as true. I'm always open for surprise. So our evening goes on and we wind up going from one party to another party. And I was with my girlfriends. She got in the car with us, and being in a closed container at a cab ride was such a mirror for, I think, almost everybody else. Actually, everybody else in the car that was like, I now understand exactly what you were talking about. And granted, she'd had a few drinks, it was Halloween, but she was so critical and so negative, and negative to us, and negative period, and just could not stop being a Fabicina, a know-it-all, a one better, it was revealing. It was like the actions matched what my vibe was picking up on, good information. Other people did not notice that. I did. And it's not that it's special. I am not special. It is an awareness practice. That is all it is. It is an awareness practice of coming to the present moment and checking in. What does my vibe say? Where do I feel this in my body? Is it a lot of talking, ego, intellect, is trying to talk me in or out of something? It's not it. Pause, mirror, my vibes, my body, be curious. What does my intuition say? And say it out loud. and notice how it feels. Ego intellect talks a lot. Intuition does not. Like I said, it is subtle. It's not gonna overpower you. So a really simple way that you can use vibe check is use it throughout your day. First, in the morning, even you can just do an energy body scan. Notice if there's any areas of tightness or openness, availability in your physical body. And then if you feel some tight energy, be like, oh, vibe check. What is this sensation telling? Like, what are you trying to tell me? And be curious. Ego intellect will be like, I want to stop. No, just pause. Just be curious. I wonder. Right? And it's what's interesting is your vibes will start to speak to you if you create the space. Have that attention and intention. I am curious. I'm curious of how all of this, I'm curious of what you're telling me. That's opening our heart, opening our ears, opening all of our faculties to guidance. So what are you telling me? What does this relate to? It doesn't have to speak English. It doesn't have to make sense. Just pause and watch it blossom. Right? A lot of times we get like guidance, you'll get, I have clients that I mentor with or clients that I do readings with, and they'll get a really clear sign, symbol, whatever. And then they're like, wait, but what does it mean? And I'm like, the patience practice, God bless them. But just of saying, okay, I can see that it's habitual, kind of like a sled that's going down a hill. We get caught in loops, It's the same thing. When our ego intellect is used to being the one running the show, we can get caught in that loop. So bring it back. What are you trying to tell me? If whatever comes up, just be curious. It will blossom. It will give you guidance. Jot the thought, jot it down. What are you trying to protect me from is another great question. It will tell you. It'll say, job, whatever it is, right? And then what do you need from me right now? And then take action. In my 30-second vibe check of just this experience with this woman, it was like, bad vibe. She's just not my vibe. It was bad vibe, not my vibe. I got it. But it was tolerable until I was in a closed space, which just means then I had choice to not spend time in and around her energy, which is what I did. So trust your vibes. Make it a habit to check in. Vibe check, have fun with it. And notice how with this language, everything starts to blossom and builds those deep superpower muscles. So I said a lot of things. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me what do you think about vibe check? Tell me what you think and what you would love to learn more of. And definitely come sign up for my newsletter. I have tons, tips, tools, things to help you on your journey. Don't forget to hit subscribe, all the things. Leave me a comment, share it with a friend. Give me your favorite song. Tell me one thing you love about yourself. I love my playfulness and my curiosity. And I also love snacks. Look. Did you see it? Yeah, nonsense. All right, sending you all my love. Vibe check. Bye.